Thanks for joining me. I'm so glad you're here today. I'd like to share a story with you of something that happened to me recently that had a really major impact. I was flying home from a lovely vacation, and I got to the airport 2.5 hours early, and I was fully prepared to be bored and cranky. Would my flight be on time? Would I make my connecting flight? Would I be sitting in the last row or middle seat? I tried to work, and I found my mind returning to these repetitive anxieties. Suddenly, a gate attendant made an announcement, and it was not your typical announcement of a departing flight or an arriving flight. This announcement was about the pilot of my flight, who was flying his last leg as a commercial pilot after 35 years that very day. And the reason for the announcement was to invite us to a celebration for Captain Frank Smart. So I looked toward the jetway, and I noticed a garland of balloons, a steel band setting up, a beautiful cake, and my mood shifted suddenly from boredom and anxiety to really eager anticipation. Shortly thereafter, the plane landed, and out stepped the flight crew with Captain Smart, and the thing that I noticed immediately was how humble he looked. We learned from the head of the St. Thomas Airport that Captain Smart had flown 16,000 hours for Delta over his 35-year career after retiring from a career in the Navy. And intrigued by the outpouring of affection, I decided to interview the gate attendants and the flight staff to find out what was so special about Captain Smart. So here are some of the things that I heard. A young flight attendant, a tarmac attendant, who couldn't have been more than 25 years old, told me that not only was Captain Smart a great pilot, he was her friend. One of the stewardesses, in tears, said that she had never met anyone as dedicated as Captain Smart, and that safety and customer service was of paramount importance to him. And she recalled many instances when he would help people with physical challenges get on and off the flight. The stories that I heard from those people who worked so closely with Captain Smart reminded me of the work of Amy Wrzesniewski. Dr. Wrzesniewski is a professor of organizational behavior at Yale, and she studies how people make meaning of their work. In her research, Dr. Wrzesniewski found that people generally fall into three categories: those who see their work as a means to a paycheck, those who see their work as a rung on the ladder to a promotion, and those who see their work as a calling. Clearly, from what I heard and observed, Captain Smart saw his work as a calling. His job was not just about getting people safely from one destination to another. It was also about the relationships that he built and the meaning that he and others found in those relationships. Clearly, he enriched the lives of others, and those relationships enriched his as well. What does it mean to see your work as a calling? Is it only a lucky few who can find meaning in what they do? I hope to explore the answers to these questions with you in future sessions, and I really appreciate you joining me today. Thanks so much.